Okay, so I've cut my chicken, and I washed my hands really, really well, and I dried them, but now we're going to season them. So you just need some salt and pepper. Just gonna take a good pinch, and just sprinkle it over the chicken. Season it really, really well. Same with the salt. Now we're going to flip our chicken with tongs and season it on the other side as well. So now I've seasoned my chicken, and I've preheated my oven to 425, and I just got my cast iron skillet and my oil ready. We're about to sear the chicken. Okay, so I have my cast iron skillet on the medium-sized burner, and now I'm just going to pour in a little bit of oil, and the fire is not on yet. It's just a little, oh, that's a lot. Just kind of spread it around there. Just like the back of a spoon. Okay. Spread it around a little. Now you want to make sure you get all the sides of the pan. You want to cover the pan really, really well. Otherwise, your chicken will stick. And you don't want to put too much oil because you're not frying the chicken. Just want to put a little bit and cover the bottom so it won't stick. Okay, so now pan's covered with oil, and we're just going to turn it on to about medium heat. There we go. So now I'm just going to leave that for a second. Then when it gets hot, we're going to put our chicken in. Okay. About a minute has passed, and I think my oil is ready because a little seasoning is in my pan, and it's starting to bubble. So I think it's almost ready. Let's see. Chicken in. Yep. This is all I want to hear. Now you can turn your fire down just a little bit. There. Now we're just going to let our chicken cook for about 3 to 4 minutes on this side. We're going to flip it and cook it for about another 3 minutes. Our chicken is coming along quite nicely. And when you know it's done, you should be able to pick it up without it sticking. And there should be a nice golden brown color when you flip it. So I just flipped my chicken, and I had them on for exactly 3 minutes and 50 seconds before I flipped it. So that's just an estimate on how long they, should be, or how long the time should be before you flip them. It just depends on how high you have your fire. That's what your fire should look like. So now I'm going to set it on the timer and see how long it takes to cook before it's done. Time for another tip. When you're cooking your chicken, and when it's a certain shape, you may want to flip it off to the side, because like the top and the bottom could be done, but here and here may not be done. So if you want to flip it this way or this way, just make sure all sides are golden brown. So I just took my chicken out of the pan and I set them on a plate. It doesn't really have to, you can just use a paper plate because it makes cleanup easy at the end. And I had them in for exactly 9 minutes and 50 seconds of me flipping, off to the sides. And so it will probably make a total around 9:50 to, 10 minutes, and 3:50 to 4 minutes, about 14 15 minutes at the most. It just depends on how big or the size of the chicken breasts. And if they're not fully done to your liking, like usually I like my chicken a little bit more done than this, you will be placing them in the oven at the end. So, yeah. So now we're going to start on our vegetables. So if you're using a cast iron skillet, let your pan cool down a little bit. And now you're going to add your vegetables cut side down. Okay, so now all of my vegetables are in the pan. And now we're going to season them. It looks so nice with all the colors. It looks so nice with the chicken and the sauce at the end. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So now I have some salt, pepper, and some thyme. Now I'm just going to sprinkle all the vegetables with the seasonings. Nice little flavor. Whenever you make like a one pot or one pan dish, you always want to season every component, because at the end, if it's like a big like stew or soup, you want every component seasoned. Otherwise, the whole dish will just be like under-seasoned. Because you're gonna be like picking out things with this dish. Pick out a potato, pick out a piece of chicken, pick out a carrot, and you want all of it to be seasoned. So I'm just going to season it really well, give it a good mix. Now you're going to set this in your oven at 425 for 10 minutes. So my vegetables have been in the oven for 10 minutes, and now I'm about to take them out and add my chicken.